Morning, we're October 22nd, and so this is a quick market update as I do in the morning here in Asia. On the traditional side of things, it's almost become predictable, but on a daily basis, the narrative relative to a negotiation for the stimulus bill changes. And so yesterday it was relatively pessimistic, the day before it was positive. Yesterday on the session, the S&P was trading mixed, treasuries continue to be sold off. The 10-year yield actually breached above 0.8%, so above the June highs. And gold rose 0.8% at 1,920 something. It doesn't feel that exciting. Something that is exciting, though, is crypto. So there are some pretty powerful moves happening, and especially in relation to Bitcoin. We had an intraday high yesterday of $13,200 something. So that's equivalent to an 11% move up from the open. We're actually closing at 12,800 something, so an 8% move up, which is still a very strong move, clearly outperforming any of the other asset classes, that traded in the recent days. And a great feeling for any holder of Bitcoin, right? So people are feeling richer, maybe people feel some bittersweetness about not investing more, and the people who were on the sidelines probably feel bad for missing out. And it's that kind of environment that pushes prices higher and keep them sustained. I would point out, though, for anybody who's been in the crypto space for, let's say, 3 years or 4 years or 5 years, 13K isn't that new a level or that surprising a level either, right? So we've seen it in the 2017 ramp up. We saw it on the way down in 2018. We also saw it in the 2019 high. And so we're here now, but it feels a bit different. First, I would say, from a charting perspective, it looks steadier, but also I think the environment has changed dramatically. The asset class itself has been there for a longer period of time, and that sounds almost silly as an argument, but it means people are more familiar with the idea of investing in Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies. Typically, they understand the technology a bit better, and also from an economic perspective, from a macro perspective, the economic landscape has changed dramatically with rates being where they are, and with the money printing that's been going on, not just in the US, but just in most countries around the world as central banks are trying to cope with the coronavirus. And so the idea of buying into Bitcoin as a way to protect yourself isn't that new or that crazy anymore, as it might have been, let's say, in 2015, when Bitcoin was just 5, 6, or 7 years old, depending on how you want to see it. So that's on the positive news. Of course, I would also point out the ramp up just yesterday, to give some actual market commentary, is led with, there's Mode Holding, so a public listed company in the UK who allocated 10% of their balance sheet to Bitcoin. And also more important news is the breaking comment by PayPal that they will enable crypto transactions and payments in 2021, which is very close, right? So they said the first half of 2021, so it could be very soon. So again, it just confirms the narrative for Bitcoin, or at least the use cases for Bitcoin. In the alts realm, we're not doing too well, actually. We're up, but relative to Bitcoin, we're totally underperforming. And so it'd be interesting to see if we actually catch up. Typically, markets, and definitely crypto markets, are cyclical, right? So a coin leads, others follow, and there's always a lag time between the two. So it'd be, again, interesting to see if the greed from people who would have missed out on that move on Bitcoin actually turn to alts to get some more profit. I will end on a more cautionary note, which is whenever you have a move up, of course, the idea is, there's momentum, so things are going to keep on going up. It's also profit-taking level. And so for a lot of people who think maybe the move isn't sustainable, or that will have a retracement or a correction, they might be selling here and actually making that prophecy come true. So trade accordingly. It's very rare that things go up in a straight line. There's always going to be some stagnation or some move down along the way, so just trade accordingly. Have a great day and a great trading day.